We got all three mats.
The mat trick.
The mat trick.
First time in Emmaus that we've ever had on our intercollegiate squad.
Yeah.
That we've had 3 siblings play at the same time.
They even all started. And welcome back to the official Emmaus Athletic Podcast. In the nest, I'm your co-host Shane Douglas here with Matthew Tomlinson, my main man. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, Shane. How are you?
I'm good. It's hard for me to do that. I gotta reach around my mic.
You gotta hug the mic.
So that's tough. It's good to be here again. Loved it. We had a great episode last week with Kevin Ron. So love to have him on the show. Huge fan. But that's the thing, is a lot of the parents, especially the sophomores and the freshmen, a lot of love from the family, the supporters right there. So shout out to all you parents out there.
We appreciate
especially the juniors and seniors. I mean, of course. But we definitely see that increase in fan support.
Yes.
So love it. So thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for making us a part of your daily routine and your day. We appreciate the love, the support, the comments, the gift cards.
A little bit later today than normal, but
yes, a little. I forgot about that.
These Wednesday games kind of throw us off a little bit. So this is our last Wednesday game of the year, of the school year, of the sports year. So should be back to normal.
We had a late game Tuesday this week, the soccer match, and then volleyball played a game last night.
Last night.
So that is a reason why we haven't posted at 9 a.m. I know some of you might be just screaming and just...
We messed your day up.
Oh, yeah. Like their morning routine. We were told that there was a student that we're a part of their morning routine when they're getting ready here at Emmaus, like in either if they're like in the restroom or brushing their teeth, whatever they're doing. You know, we hear students tell us that they walk into the restroom or on the door, down the dorm hall. They hear Matt and Shane, and this isn't just on the guys' halls, but the girls. And we're like, "Why is Matt and Shane here?" Like, no, we're just
in the nest.
We're just part of the routine. So thank you
for
making us part of your routine, and that we can bring you guys good content, good news, not the gospel. Actually, sometimes
we do. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Sometimes we bring good sports news.
You're right.
Sometimes we don't bring good sports news.
It's been good. It's still a little hot out. We're not weathermen, but we do talk about the weather.
Cool off, though.
It's gonna get so cool. It's pumpkin spice season. I'm mentioning it every episode. It's our new Taylor Swift.
It's gonna go from Hawaiian shirts to flannel shirts.
This is kind of Hawaiian. You're right. I like it. It's super.
I'm surprised
comfy.
that you've worn a Hawaiian shirt on this before I have. I'm kind of disappointed.
This is my second time wearing this shirt.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah, you're the Hawaiian shirt guy. Your dad especially is. Yeah. So, but we're looking forward to this upcoming weekend of matches. We're going to get into that, but before we do that, our record for the season so far for our Emmaus women's volleyball team,
5-4.
5-4.
And for soccer,
3-2-1.
Penguins.
Penguins.
It's an old VeggieTales show.
I don't watch VeggieTales.
But yeah, 5-4 for.
And then our cross country team is undefeated too.
They are undefeated, and then 3-2-1, and then finally. We'll talk about this later, but the guys finally get to run a real race this week.
Yes, looking forward to that. It's going to be a really good one. And it's been good. It's been a good season so far for the Eagles. Really exciting for fall sports, which is awesome. Hopefully that momentum carries into the winter sports. That's on you, buddy. But
no pressure.
No pressure at all. Really looking forward to it. It's been great. Volleyball team has had a lot of tough matches, lots of tough, but designed, as we talked about,
Hannah.
Designed in the season to really push our women's team forward and give them that confidence, give them that motivation, the maturity,
that they can
bring the team together,
the best of the best,
so that they're ready for conference, so they're ready for especially regionals this year, which we're excited to get into. Just about a month out of that. Ooh, a month away. Here we go, Will. Let's go. Same thing for soccer. Soccer is going to be entering a more of a conference play in their schedule coming up. So really close, really tight games coming up.
This is where the fun starts.
Conference. I mean, we can talk about conference for a little bit here. For soccer, for the men's soccer team, the conference, it's kind of a lot of question marks since we haven't competed against everyone.
Yeah, there's not usually there's always the team and then everyone else. This year it's there's 6 teams.
Yeah,
and there's it's anyone really.
And we can get more into the conference play and there's new rules this year for it. But There is one team that really stands out this year, and it's Barclay. We have yet played them. We play them in a couple weeks, so that's going to be a very interesting matchup. But besides that, we've only played 2 teams on a neutral site. We can't drive all the way to Haviland, Kansas.
8.5 hours,
middle of nowhere. But I mean, it's a good school still. With that said, we've only had 2 matches against 2 conference teams. That is Faith Baptist Bible College, the Eagles. This was last Tuesday, and then CCCB,
which was first game
of the year, which they're going to be scary if they make it into conference play because, as we said, that confidence growing, new team, young team, 15 freshmen, so that's encouraging to see their program grow, and if they can retain those players next year. Yeah. Faith, really tough team.
Yeah, the reigning conference champions that we talked about.
So talking about that matchup. Really tough. We did walk away with a 1-0 goal.
Let's go.
Or victory, I should say. Awesome. With 3 in the 87th minute of the match.
Yes.
JD Miller heads the ball in off of cross from Edwin Ventura. So that was
his first career goal.
That was epic. Freshman JD Miller. So shout out JD Miller.
Yes, sir.
There it is. I saw Will moving to the Eagle. Either way, and off the bench.
I know. Shout out to him too because he's been starting the first 4 games of the year.
Yep.
Got moved to the bench because we needed some more talent coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Subbed in, works his butt off like he does every single day, and got the game-winning goal against conference rival. Huge.
And you said it yourself earlier when we were in our pregame talk, pre-podcast talk, is that we've had around 15.
Yeah, I think we've had of our 21 guys, we've had 15 or 16 different starters so far this year.
And that's not including a couple late additions to the lineup, to our team.
Yeah.
So we have Louis Matt and we have Song Mong who have just started playing for our team.
Got cleared.
Got cleared and everything. Had some physical, the physical holding them back as well.
Medical forms,
as well as division rules of when they can play. So now they're able to play. They're in the lineup. They looked good.
Oh, they looked good. Word.
Goodness, if you're an alum, if you're a fan, someone who follows our school and loves our soccer program, my goodness, watch the film against Faith this last Tuesday, and if you don't want to, dang it wasn't live. That sucks. If you can't watch that, look forward to the next match this weekend against Ozark.
Come to Alumni Weekend and watch them play Kuiper and see them live
next weekend. We should talk about that homecoming weekend next weekend. Yes. Shout out. We'll of course we'll talk about this again at the end of
Song and Louis. They looked great,
and we're hyping them up, of course,
because they're the new
guys,
shiny objects on the block.
But man, Song he played winger. Yeah, he played in the left wing second half, and he looked good. He looked so good, and then he would go into the middle, work with Jake a little bit. But Faith had a great defense. Faith was really doing well and pressing and stepping to our forwards when they had the ball. So it was super tough to get the ball around them. We had a lot of shots on goal, but no really clean or good looks. A couple here and there. Carlos had a good look on the left side in the second half. Kicked it right to the goalie. I mean, sorry, Carlos, but it was a left shot. But
we had a couple good looks that got skied. But I mean, I think we had 14 shots and 8 of them were on goal, and so getting those looks, which has been encouraging. But it came down to the wire to get that one to connect.
It was tough. So it was definitely tough, but it was really cool to see an offense for our men's team with really a lot of lineup changes, starter changes, and scheme changes within the last couple of weeks, especially playing against tougher opponents when it comes to Ripon and Northwestern. So, and Spurgeon, they were a super physical team.
And I think it's just so encouraging, like you said, our offense is picking up, but man, obviously we've had some lineup changes, especially on the defensive side, which you can go into detail about, but man, our defense, we have an amazing defense.
You can put anyone back there.
That's Tucker's second shutout of the year. But Faith is a very good offensive team.
They're good,
and we shut them out. And I think first half they possessed a fair amount, but second half, I mean, we just took control of the game. And
they had some.
Our defense has been locking up, which has been awesome to see.
They've had some really. Faith had a lot of scary counterattacks the other night. But
we were like this close from them equalizing it.
But having Tucker back there in net with a strong back line gives you more confidence.
Yes.
And there's, like we said, there's been some changes, and our original back line at the start of the season, 2 of the starters are now coming off the bench, wanting some more depth to come in when, either the opposing team is tired or also dealing with some of them having injuries. Caleb Hunter, he has an injury.
All-region Caleb Hunter.
All-region player coming off the bench, really sad and tough. It's like, why? But he has an injury. So if you've questioned this, he's had an injury from last season that has carried through the offseason into now with his hip, which we would rather a healthy Caleb Hunter going into conference, going 100%. Into next season as well.
Yes.
So we can still use him, play him this year, and knowing that when he goes on that field, he's a Bill Belichick player. He's the person who's going to, wherever you put him, he's going to get the job done.
0 to 100, and it stays at 100 the entire time he's in there.
Love him. He's a train, just nonstop, 100% go. JD, of course, coming off the bench, a very skillful freshman that we have this year.
I even seen JD, he started in the back line, and now he's playing
winger, more
and
he has good control of the ball, so you can put him anywhere.
And that's the thing. We have a lot of very good players that can play multiple positions, and that is huge. When you have a team of good players, but they can only play here or only play there. But this team is full of good dudes that are great at soccer that can play anywhere on the field.
This is true, and that's
what a luxury to have.
And speaking to that, Bennett Kroer, one of our midfielders, a true winger in high school who has good control of the ball, good vision, someone you would want to see in the midfield, has been moved to be a center back. And part of that reason is to try to create an offense, build from the back if given the option, given the possibility. But knowing Bennett Kroer is just a talented player, you can put him anywhere.
Especially with his foot control and his foot power,
So he's still getting used to that position, and he will, because he's a talented player. And we said you can put him anywhere, and he'll succeed. Coach might even move him to a forward position. Who knows? But we just got to trust the process. Coach knows what he's doing. He's preparing for the future. Josh Matt, senior, Captain Canada last year. Hopefully we can bring a banner of some sort while he's here this year, if that's conference, regionals, whatever that may be. We want to give it all that we got, right? And 100%. We only got this year. We don't know what we have next year. We know what we got this year. So let's take advantage of that, and let's attack.
Squad this year.
Exactly. So knowing that he's leaving, he's usually our CDM or a holding midfielder. So knowing he's leaving, maybe that's a position Bennett can transition to next year. Someone who's still in the midfield, but getting some defensive experience this year, and knowing that we can really just swap players in and out of a lot of different positions because they're so useful everywhere.
Which that can really throw off a scheme for the other team, because if they're used to Bennett playing midfield, and all of a sudden he's playing in the back, and they're like, oh, what do you do now? Or vice versa, if he switches back, and it's like, oh, now we got to worry about him because he's so good here and there. And so,
so got to trust it. Got to understand, of course, everyone wants to win. We want to compete. We want to be competitive. So there's not going to be any dumb decisions. Hopefully. But real looking forward to this season. We got all 3 mats.
The mat trick. First time in Emmaus that we've ever had on our intercollegiate squad, that we've had 3 siblings play at the same time.
They even all started,
which is awesome.
They all started. And Louis looked really good.
I mean, he ripped that first shot off his left foot. Oh, that thing had some juice to it. He has a powerful boot. Just
watching Louis play, he really stands out as a player with a lot of skill, but he also plays strong. He's physical, but also
he's got scared.
And he's got a smile on his face while he's doing it, so it's funny. He's always smiling,
taking the ball from you. He's smiling, dribbling around you. He's smiling.
But being able to just right off the foot, no step, cross the ball all the way across the field is extremely impressive.
It is.
Extremely impressive. Normally you would have to take a couple steps before being able to cross it that far. Just right off the foot. So
I can do that.
Yeah, you can. It's a luxury to have all these players, to have the new additions, have 3 brothers playing for our school. It's all glory to the Lord for that, and just the skill that we have on this team is so awesome. So hopefully we can bring home something going into this last month of the regular season.
Yes. Like you said, it's so encouraging too, like plugging guys, moving position around and still being a very good team.
And the guys are excited.
Yeah.
They're looking at the talent that they got, and they're like,
we got to make a run.
like, this is nice. This is nice.
It's nice.
Speaking of nice, the volleyball team.
Yes. Holy cow. Spent the weekend in Kansas City last weekend, played at Spurgeon, and then 2 games at Calvary. Spurgeon, a little deja vu from when we played them here. Took the first 2 sets pretty handily.
Yep.
Dropped the next 2 sets. Went to set 5. Started off really scary. We were down 5-10 in the 5th set. And we're like, oh boy, here we go again. But then, man, those girls, they didn't lose any heart.
That's crazy.
They locked in, and Shane, they won the 5th set 22-20. And they were down 5-10 and won 22-20 in the 5th set. Now, as you know, the 5th set, it's 1st to 15, win by 2. And they just kept going. It was crazy. They went in there and and there was a huge support system. It was so cool. I think there were, 8 of the 12 girls had at least one parent there.
They took a picture. We can put it up on the screen right here.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I'm just kidding. But it was really cool because, and just the support for that. So they were there for that weekend or for that game. And then the next day at Calvary, again, against Bethany. So 3-2 win over Spurgeon. Amazing, huge victory. Way for them to play and to, not fold. Like it's tough. Like
that's key.
Winning right 2, losing 2, and you're like, oh boy, here we go. We're gonna lose the 3rd in a row. But they kept it together and fought hard. And then on Saturday they played Calvary, like we said, 3-0, won that pretty easily. And then they played NAIA Bethany College.
Yep.
Shout out Coach Girardi, because that's where he ran and still has records there on the cross country and the track field. So
was that the connection to bring him in, or
I think that was just Calvary just had a tri match and that was who they were playing. So, but they played them. They ended up losing 1-3. So they did take a set. So it was a pretty competitive game
against the NAIA.
Against NAIA too, and they're a pretty decent NAIA program. So just like you said earlier, playing those bigger competitions, knowing that we can compete with them, knowing that we can play with them, so, like we've talked about in years past, like losing 3-1 or 3-0 isn't always like, oh, they're that much better. Like you can still have very competitive teams play each other and still lose 3-0. And that doesn't mean that, you stink. It just means that obviously they scored more points when it counted. But so that was encouraging, came back. And then last night they drove up to Judson University and played at Judson. And it was really cool because like in last week's episode, that's where Sayla's mom played volleyball at. That's where Caitlin's dad played baseball and basketball at. And so there was, I think most of the parents were there. I think Caitlin had about 30 or so people and family from her church that were there and came out and supported her. And so that was really cool. The girls did end up losing 3-0, but they were first set was a little rough, but then the next 2 sets were super, were pretty competitive. And so
got into a rhythm first set. Second set was really good.
Yeah. They almost took that set. I think it was I think they were down it was 24-16 and then came back, and I think they went on a 5-point run. And then,
but when you play against large schools like that, you're in your head.
Oh yeah. The crowds there, the students there, they are a Christian school and they're NCCA Division I, but there's still a lot of noise that goes on. And especially those girls are just big. Their middle was 6'2".
Yeah.
And that's that's tough.
Yeah. It's just going into that game, the mindset of, are we going to win?
Yeah. And it's hard because like that, you're like, okay, there's no hope, but also those games can almost be, as the most fun games because especially in basketball, I remember games that we went into you have nothing to lose. So just go out there and have fun and play your best. And sometimes, the 2019 year when they went out and beat Eureka, which was a Final Four D3 team. So it's anything can happen in those games.
And that's what I love about Coach Hannah and Coach Meg is they care about the character, the personality of the player, and how it fits within the team more than the strategy behind the skill. Of course, we want skilled players.
Of course, they care about that, but
yeah. But if you're not gonna, we want you to fit with the team, with your personality, your hobbies, who you are, your character, more than if we need another setter or if we need another outside hitter. That's more important as the character. And I think that really shows throughout the season. It really does. It shows within on the girls as they are a family, as they really care about
it. They literally all wanted to be on the same floor. Like they're all on like one floor off because they love each other that much.
They're going to destroy costume floor volleyball this year. Not gonna be fair. That's for sure. But it's just a family aspect, a community. I mean, that we say that all the time, but it's so true here. We have recruits come. We have visitors that come here. What we emphasize is the community. You know, just as in Thor, when Asgard was destroyed.
I was like,
it's not,
which is also Emma Sand's dad's name.
Oh yeah. It's not the place.
It's not the place.
You know, it's the people. And that's the true here.
It's here, yeah.
It's not Emmaus. It's the people. It's
Emmaus.
It's what's at our core, which is Christ. And the volleyball team, we talked about last week
they
how
have that core.
The cross country, exactly. Cross country is a great example of it. So is volleyball. And I just love how they don't want to get our girls' expectations too high. No. You know, they let them know like this is where we stand. This is where Judson stands. Let's try to win it. Let's compete. But it's a bigger school. It's going to be a tough game. Let's not get ran over. And I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
No, they didn't. They held their own.
They held their own, especially in that second set.
Especially against NAI competition, which is scholarship people.
And seeing what they can do this last week against Spurgeon, my gosh, that grit.
I know.
Not folding, keyword, not folding. Like if your team can accomplish that, it shows so much maturity and it shows so much growth of what they can accomplish this year. And that win, that experience is going to travel with them into conference, into tournament play. And it's just going to make them be better.
Yes.
And they're
They are.
We have young.
3 girls that are in the top 10 statistically. You know, with Brooke and Sayla both in blocks, and then Michelle in assists. So like
they're a young team too.
A young team.
Our pretty much our core are all sophomores.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got some stud freshmen this year. We're not losing much.
Lindsay was hurt. She's been out these last 4 games because of her knee, which has been a reoccurring injury from high school. So hoping that she gets better and we'll get her back soon.
4 games seems like a long time, but it's only been a week.
I know, it's crazy.
So that is, man, that's nuts. But so she'll be great when we get back into the rotation for this weekend's matchups, which is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. So cross country.
Yes.
I haven't had a race.
Cross country is off this week. Finally have a race tomorrow.
Yes. So looking forward to them getting on the field, especially they're the track, especially the men.
Yes, so it's just the guys. Just the guys are going on this one because the girls are off, but guys are going down to Missouri. I think to Columbia.
Yep.
It's us and then a bunch of D3s and a few NAIs.
But this is a race our men's cross country team can qualify, and they will. They will qualify.
100%.
I'm calling right now. They're going to qualify. It's going to be easy.
Matthew and Ben and. We'll see if Will is able to run.
I don't think he will be.
And Caleb and Sam.
Will's still struggling with the injury. Keep him in your prayers. Yes. He doesn't seem too discouraged about it, which is cool. He's here not just for cross country. He's here for education.
And he has a good group of guys around him on the team. Yeah.
Yeah. So him being a part of the team will be good for him. If he doesn't race this year, sucks, but we still got next year, and he still has this whole year to really grow.
The team will just qualify for nationals so that he can go run at nationals.
Maybe that could happen. Yeah. Maybe that could happen. That would be legendary.
Super exciting. Yeah, there's awesome. Keep an eye out on social medias for the link because it is live tracked. So you'll be able to live track the runners and when they finish, and so keep an eye out that on our website for that.
And don't be hating on us. Like they just had a sabbatical. All right, so there was not much to talk about right now with cross country other than they've been training, they've been resting. The women's team especially. Now the men's get a race. So next week,
they will qualify for the first time in men's cross country history at Emmaus.
Oh yeah,
we're going to qualify as a team for nationals.
I haven't thought about that.
Yes.
And then we're going to blow them up next week on this podcast. So I mean, we're just going to keep it simple and just tell you right now, they will qualify this weekend.
Yes.
It's going to happen. You know, who's going to finish first out of the guys? Who's your prediction? I'll go opposite. Whatever you go, you don't go.
All right, I'm going Ben.
Okay.
I mean,
I kind of like
it's gonna be Ben or Matthew. That's what it's.
Okay,
gonna
I'm gonna go Sam.
You think Sam's gonna come out dark horse?
Let's
Yeah,
go Sam.
running that Alaskan wilderness. He's just gonna come out of nowhere and get there. Yeah,
Sam's a dog. They're all dogs. They all are. They're so good. They're all within a minute and a half of each other.
And it's a bunch of great dudes too.
Yeah.
Like there are some funny dudes.
I love them. They're
some
great.
fast, funny dudes. Yeah.
Fast, funny dudes.
Fast, funny dudes.
Yeah.
FFB.
Okay. All right. So this week's matchups for fall sports.
Yeah. So cross country tomorrow.
Boom.
Soccer plays down at Ozark tomorrow. 2 p.m. game, which is a very early game. We'll see if it's live streamed or not.
2 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah, on a Friday.
That's weird.
I know, but then they're driving back 7 hours after the game.
Ozark's got spongy grass.
They do.
It's yellow and it's weird. It's spongy, but I kind of like it. You know, I didn't play on it, but I like it.
Well, I just remember like the last time we played there, like the ball it's almost like turf because the ball it zings on it.
I mean, our field is like we got like a little hill too, so I mean it beats playing on an elementary school on a slant down. We have played on a field like that.
We're not playing on that field this year though because they don't have a team. But anyway,
so
Ozark, another conference game.
That will be our second conference game. So technically, we have played. That counts. We've had 2 conference games against Faith and CCCB, but the only game that because of one reason of Calvary University being not having a soccer program this year, we've had to double up against some of our matchups. So we play Ozark twice, I believe, and then Faith twice. So the first matchup against Faith, which was last weekend, Tuesday, does not count towards our conference record, but our regular season, of course, yes. CCCB does. So currently we are 1-0 in conference. We're undefeated in conference.
Yeah.
After this weekend, we will see. Hopefully, we're 2-0 in conference, which would be huge.
Yes.
Because not every team makes it to conference this year. There is only 4 teams that make it out of 6. So the bottom 2 are out. So essentially, if you win 3 games in conference,
games that counts.
Yeah, you win 3 games in conference, you're practically in. So 2 is a huge step towards that 3. And all we got to do is get this win and then find Manhattan or Faith
another 2
again.
wins after that.
Or even, take it to Barclay because they seem to be the favorites right now. So there's that update for soccer. Get on the live stream for Ozark. Support those guys. And honestly, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. Volleyball, what's the update?
Volleyball is at Moody on Saturday.
Yes.
So they travel up to Chicago, play a regional game. So,
Do we know our record in regional for conference?
Regional, we are 1-0 in the region.
And then
1-0 in the conference.
Because we've only played Calvary.
Yep.
There we go. So volleyball's looking really good in the standings. I know conference is going to be really tough with Manhattan.
Manhattan is
being ranked. Were they ranked 1?
They're ranked 1. I mean, it's like right now it's Manhattan, and then everyone else is fighting for second because they are
fighting for second.
They are so good this year.
Yeah, and so that's
not unbeatable. No, but they are very, very.
So they're in our conference. Our team was super young last year.
Yep. They were.
We have some more
experience in the national
experience.
championship last year. Manhattan did.
Yeah. So our team very young last year, freshman core. Now have some more experience. Has the experience from Spurgeon going into this season, the rest of the season of conference and regional play. Maybe that will help our team have that grit to take home those games, take home those sets,
Think about it,
and
last
finish
year,
strong.
They were the first team to take a set off of them.
They were
in the conference.
They were.
So
and they played pretty strong, even though with a lot of errors and some injuries last year when Manhattan came and played us here.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Who knows? We'll see what happens with this experience. I mean, it's a scary women's volleyball team that we have. And I was telling, we had a freshman recruit the other day come on campus. I was telling her, when you come here, 2026, you're going to be going to nationals. So
it'll be fun.
Yeah, not to put in that pressure on you, on our women's volleyball team, but we have so much confidence.
Oh, yes, 100%.
And you have all of our support. So looking forward to what you guys are able to do this weekend as well as this year. So looking good in the standings there. And then the men are going to make it to nationals and qualify this weekend. It's going to be a great episode next week. Lots of things to talk about. We're going to win volleyball. We're going to win in soccer. We're going to qualify for nationals. And then they get the whole week off to rest, to put together schemes and plan and strategy for this next month before conference and regional play, tournament play, and can strategize, lineups, rest, and be healthy.
Yes. Get recovered going into family and homecoming weekend this weekend.
So speak about that.
You parents, friends of the college, alumni, there's still time to sign up for homecoming week this upcoming weekend. We have spiritual emphasis days on campus, emphasis week on campus this week, which is a great event, and then going right into homecoming. So we'd love to have you guys here. Come see all the great things that are happening at Emmaus. Come support the students here. Come support women's volleyball, men's soccer, and our cross country team, because they're doing a family fun run 5K on Saturday morning. There's also the golf outing on Friday. So a lot of fantastic events to be here on campus and just get to know, who's here and the current students and what their interests and who they are. And they get to see, Eagles of the past, which is encouraging.
And maybe future Eagles.
And maybe future Eagles. There will be future Eagles there.
It's always a fun time on formerly known as Parent and Alumni Weekend, now Homecoming Weekend. So really looking forward to that.
Yes,
having friends and, like you said, Eagles from the past coming back. It's always a great time. Big picnic in the courtyard. Lots of games, lots of activities. The fun run. I'm not gonna do it.
Not even for fun.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I just don't want to run because it's.
I
not
think they
fun
are doing the
for me
the kids half-mile race again this year.
Are you gonna do the? I would do that.
I mean, I'm not a kid, so I can't do it, but
we should. We should do it. They should let us.
Maybe in the Eagle costume.
Oh no, that'd be terrible.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to a great and fun weekend. Also, still a week left to sign up for Discover Emmaus Weekend. The deadline is next Sunday. DEW. So still time for that. We'd love to have you out there. A lot of fun events, more soccer, more volleyball, a fantastic concert that's put on from a church up in Illinois. And then we're going to have such a fun event, the Eagle Bonanza put on by the Student Union.
Yes,
it's going to be so much fun.
That's going to be great.
It will be.
There is we won't say anything about it, but
you got to be there to find out. So
it's going to be a great time. So we got Discover Emmaus Weekend, parents, Homecoming Weekend. Sign up for that. Be involved. Follow us on all of our social media, YouTube. Keep in touch with us on Instagram and Facebook. There's lots of content being posted.
Lots of great content.
Lots of content being posted weekly and daily. So show your love, show your support, show up, show out. And PTN, am I right?
PTN, Protect the Nest.
Protect the Nest.
Shout out to all you Talon members out there. If you want to find out, learn more about becoming a member of the Talon Club, reach out. Click this link over here, okay?
I don't know if Will's going to do that.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
he will.
Find it. He has to now.
Every time you do that, every time you're like, do that.
Will's just like,
link. Will's like, I got to do so much work now.
Yeah. PTN, Protect the Nest.
I love that you guys came up with that, the basketball team.
That was Lance and Landon.
There you go. Shout out to those boys.
Yep.
Those transfer students.
Yep.
Love them. I want to mic up Lance for
it'd be hilarious.
He's a ball boy for volleyball and soccer, and he says a lot of funny things. So either way, protect the nest, and it's gonna be a great weekend.
It's gonna be an amazing weekend.
A lot of great matchups, and we can't wait to talk to you guys next week. But thank you for making us be a part of your day. Sorry for a late episode, but we can still be a part of your routine. So
just
continue.
Tonight.
Tonight, I guess. But continue to show your love and support. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. And Matt, what day is it?
Shane, it's a great day to be an Eagle.